Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Whitaker, but you probably already know that from the name of the channel, and this is just another video I'm making on Black Lives Matter. Now, upon trying to make another video on Matt Walsh and Samantha Lutz, because there's just so many, I stumbled on this thing. Apparently, Samantha Lutz also talked about BLM. And so I thought, hey, maybe I'll set aside this Matt Walsh thing. No offense, Matt. Just this is bigger. I guess I could just do this instead. Samantha Lutz's viewpoints on Black Lives Matter is not a reaction. It's not a statistical thing. It's just Samantha's viewpoint on Black Lives Matter, and we are going to talk about it now and why it's just bad to support it in any way.
Taylor's 27th birthday had she not been brutally murdered by officers that were sworn in to protect her.
Okay, right off the bat we have Breonna Taylor. Now, we do actually have webcam footage of the incident, and it is admitted that Breonna Taylor did fire first.
What kind of gun did she shoot?
It's a regular 9mm.
Did she shoot or you shoot it?
It was her, you scared.
I'm spinning out.
On the cops. Now, this doesn't mean that it is just. It's definitely unjust. It's just that it's not racially charged.
The murders of these innocent people is a predictable outcome of the institutional racism embedded in our country over the last 400 years.
Okay, Samantha uses the classic 400 years trope. Everyone does this, whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, everyone does this. It's the biggest misconception, and I can't believe we haven't gotten over this yet. Now, America was founded in 1776. Officially. Not even officially, just completely. Slavery ended in America in 1868. Okay? That is a 92-year gap. So, that is not even a century. Slavery or racial discrimination, hardcore racial discrimination, did not happen for 400 years in America. It didn't even happen in 100 years.
System that has, since the beginning, aimed to profit off of black lives. Racism is still being perpetuated in justice systems, with cops penalizing black people much more harshly than their white counterparts. I know that a lot of people like to argue that, but that's literally a fact. All of these sources, which are credible sources, will be listed down below. So
No, all punishment is evenly spread. It has been like this for years, as we will see right now.
So far in 2016, almost double the number of whites have been killed by cops compared to blacks. Only 3% of black people shot dead by police in 2016. Just 13 in total were unarmed. If there was a nationwide epidemic of racist white cops shooting black people, these figures would be far higher, because the percentage of unarmed white people shot dead by cops is exactly the same. 3%. So
also, Samantha says there are sources in the description. So, you know what? I said, hey, I challenge this World Health Organization, so I might as well do this. I checked the sources, and no, these are just journalist entries from things like the Washington Post. No statistics, no records, but hey, we can get into that right now. Okay, first we have time. It just shows a picture from 1977. I guess that's relevant to 2022, or better yet, the time this video was made. Even then, no, it's not relevant. It was an entirely different century. And also, if you're looking closely to the picture, yes, there is a white guy there. No, this is not racially charged. This is just a prison from the 70s that this journalist searched and searched to find. Next we have Brookings. Now, Brookings is just, it's a little bit more minuscule, so we're just going to do this thing right here. It does the same thing that Time did, where it talks about different times that we did not exist, okay? Me and Samantha were not alive during this time, and most likely, the person watching this also wasn't alive during this time. It does different dates like, the 1960s, 1970, 1990. Times where things were just completely different, because, let's face it, the iPhone you have, no, it was not made during this time, nor was any version of it made during any of these times. And also, I just have to bring up the fact that this article is just talking about education. No, it's not talking about crime. It's talking about schools. Racial equity, I'm going to discard because the very phrase racial equity means pushing down on other people to have some sort of equal outcome. The phrase racial equity just means oppression by definition. So no, I won't credit it as a valid source, and I won't even give it a shot because it's just called racial equity. Now, the Washington Post has always been special, as we've seen from past. Like, as a matter of fact, they actually said that there was no body cam footage for the Breonna Taylor incident. I already disproved that, so we already know how special they are just from this single video. But let's see what they said here about this thing for racial discrimination. I've tried to include either peer-reviewed studies or reviews of data that tend to speak for themselves and don't require much statistical analysis. They do not require records. They just have people talking. That is it.
Simple example of this unequal treatment is something that I'm sure a lot of my viewers can relate to, and it is the possession of marijuana.
Now, you can't say that because it's not true, considering that Kamala Harris is the leading prosecutor of marijuana arrests. Now, she has arrested, from my knowledge, over 1,900 people over marijuana. No, it's not racially charged unless you want to say Kamala Harris just hates black people. But let's be honest here. She hates everyone whose name is not freaking Kamala Harris, so we can get over that.
There are black people being strangled in the streets, and it still took a nationwide protest to see even a shred of justice.
Ah, yes, the famous George Floyd riot. No hand quotes. Yes, in the George Floyd riots, a man's bar was actually robbed. Now, it turns out this man was black, so the BLM riots, to defend George Floyd, who was so wrongly treated, decided to rob the local bar owned by a black man. Yes, justice is served. Most definitely.
Hopefully, you will see the reality that millions of black Americans fear every single day.
I don't fear it. I don't fear it because I don't have to. Like, honestly, the biggest crime I have ever done is just look homeless. And I don't think they arrest you for that.
To my black followers, I am so sorry that this is your reality.
Don't be sorry. It is not. Now, this may be new for some people, even though it's very old and I'm late to the party, but Patrice Cullors actually has embezzled millions of dollars from her donation page to buy mansions in the suburbs. You remember that donation page that I showed a while back? Yeah, that one. Yes, that exact one. Yeah, you click it, she takes the money, and she goes to the suburbs, far away from you. Man, it's so easy, right? Now, this is just the icing on the cake, because I have also talked about this. BLM is, even in their own words, mainly about black trans women. That is what they've admitted. I don't think they've taken it down yet. You can search on their About page on their website. Yes, it says they're about black trans women. Now, if you check the description of Samantha Lutz, it also says Black Trans Lives Matter. It's perfect. It really is. It perfectly shows why you shouldn't support Black Lives Matter, because it is not actually about black lives. It's a glorified LGBT, as I've said time and time again. Now, we have all these reasons why you shouldn't support BLM. It's a riot group. It doesn't care about you. It takes money from you, and it's not even fighting for you. It's fighting for men who dress up as women and basically just take any role a normal black woman could have had. And yeah, let's be honest here. I'm basically the wrong black person because I refuse it. There are definitely people out there who would want someone like me gone, but I don't care. I'm going to talk about this because you're not going to use me just because of the color of my skin. No ill will towards Samantha in any way. Samantha is just being used as an example of why things are wrong. That's all I can say. That being said, have a good one, and I hope you learned something from this.